It's incumbent that we spend money, that we care about the system, that we care about democracy, that we care about rule of law, so that every Canadian and every person feels that they can not only access the system, but that they have confidence that they can get a just result.
Access to justice in any society is fundamentally important. The ability of a society to ensure that members of a society are able to settle their disputes and know that their disputes are settled in a fair way is fundamental. People won't always get the answer they agree with, but if they don't have a sense that they've had access to a system that is fair and that works, they won't have confidence in the result.
So I'm really happy that we've had this opportunity to talk about community clinics and access to justice during this Access to Justice Week. It's something that we don't get to do all that often, and I'm particularly happy that a number of people agreed to participate.
When we talk about access to justice, many people are really talking about access to law. And I think it's really important to go beyond access to law and to think about how access to law can contribute to real justice for Canadians.
The most important thing, I believe, when dealing with access to justice for individuals is the importance of those individuals knowing that they have legal rights.
That the work of community clinics in increasing both the access to justice of the individuals and increasing social justice for these communities has a tremendous effect for the entire society. In fact, it creates social inclusion because the people who are typically most marginalized in society, who are most likely to fall through the cracks, are given an opportunity to actually participate in the justice system and will have a belief that, yes, they can actually have their issues heard.
Hello, my name is Vivene Salmon, president of Canadian Bar Association. This morning I'm here in Toronto, my hometown, or adopted hometown, and today we're going to talk a little bit about access to justice and the role of the community legal aid clinics across our country, across Canada. The access to justice is obviously a very important issue for Canadian lawyers, very important issue for the Canadian Bar Association. Access to justice is more than accessing a lawyer. It is understanding how the legal system functions, it's understanding our democracy, it's respect for rule of law, ensuring that rule of law is underpinned in our democracy. And so I think for a lot of vulnerable people within our country, we need to ensure that everyone feels that they have the right to justice. Justice can't be seen as a tool simply for the elite to bend the law to work for them, and others are excluded from that system. That underpins the rule of law. It's really important, too, that our federal governments, that they support access to justice and support spending money on justice. Within Canada, as I know it, about $1 is spent on justice for every $40 spent on healthcare. So it underpins what we can do. And so it's kind of like a snowball. If certain things are not working in one area of a person's life, a lot of times those issues snowball. Small legal issues become larger legal issues when they're not dealt with and people don't feel like they have access to that. I also want to mention too that just in terms of when we talk about access to justice, it has implications, of course, with gender, geography. In many of our rural communities, there is not lawyers, there's not access to legal clinics. So it has large implications across our country. And so it's incumbent that we spend money, that we care about the system, that we care about democracy, that we care about rule of law, so that every Canadian and every person feels that they can not only access the system, but that they have confidence that they can get a just result.